It started like any ordinary morning in the small-town diner, the smell of bacon and coffee, the soft hum of conversation, and the clinking of plates behind the counter. But that day, the bell over the door rang with a slow, uncertain jingle, and in walked a frail old man in a worn-out army jacket. His hands trembled as he held his cap, his eyes distant and confused. He walked to a booth, sat down without ordering, and just stared at the window, lost. Customers glanced his way, then looked back down at their phones, whispering things like, "Poor guy," or, "He's not all there." No one spoke to him. No one helped. Except for Maya. Maya was a young black waitress, barely in her 20s, juggling college night classes and 2 jobs just to keep her little brother in school. She'd seen the kind of silence that hides behind lonely eyes. So when she noticed the old man sitting there, trembling, mumbling to himself, she felt something, not pity, but recognition. She walked over softly and smiled. "Sir, can I get you some breakfast?" The man blinked up at her, confused. I think I already ordered." His voice was shaky, his mind tangled. Maya's heart tightened. "That's okay," she said gently. "How about some pancakes? On the house?" He nodded slowly, his eyes misty, whispering, "Pancakes. My wife used to make them every Sunday." Maya brought him a plate with extra syrup, and when she placed it in front of him, he didn't pick up his fork. He just stared, hands trembling, lips quivering. And then, softly, he whispered, I can't remember her face anymore." Without thinking, Maya reached out and held his hand. The diner went quiet. Every eye turned toward them. The old man looked down at their joined hands, then up into her eyes, and for the first time that morning, he smiled. "I remember her laugh," he said, tears forming. "It sounded like yours." That small act, a hand held across a table, changed everything. Over the next few days, the old man kept coming back. Maya learned his name, Henry Walker, a retired veteran who'd served in 3 wars. He had Alzheimer's and no family nearby, or so everyone thought. He'd sit for hours, sometimes remembering fragments, sometimes lost in silence. But whenever Maya was near, he seemed calm, grounded. The customers began noticing too. People who once ignored him now smiled, greeted him, even offered to pay for his meals. Maya's kindness had sparked something in the whole town, compassion. One afternoon, when Henry didn't show up, Maya felt uneasy. She asked around, then called the local care home. He'd been admitted after collapsing. Without hesitation, she went to visit. She found him lying in a hospital bed, confused and weak. When he saw her, he whispered, "You came back, I knew you would." Maya sat beside him, holding his hand again. "Of course, Mr. Henry. You're not alone." He closed his eyes and smiled. "I'm proud of you, Maya. Don't stop being kind, it makes the world remember love." Weeks passed. Henry's condition worsened, and one quiet evening, the hospital called Maya. He had passed peacefully in his sleep, a faint smile still on his lips. She cried harder than she thought possible for someone she'd only known a few months. But the story didn't end there. 2 weeks later, men in suits walked into the diner asking for Maya Brooks. The manager called her out, confused. One of the men handed her a sealed envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter and a document with her name on it. The letter read, "Greater than, dear Maya. If you're reading this, it means I've gone to see my wife again. Thank you for reminding me what kindness feels like. You didn't treat me like a burden, you treated me like a human being. I spent my last days with peace in my heart because of you. You didn't know this, but I am Henry Walker, founder of Walker Industries. They call me a billionaire, but you made me feel richer than I ever did before. I've made arrangements for you. Please use it to finish college, care for your brother, and keep spreading light where others see darkness. The world needs more Mayas. With love and gratitude, Henry." Maya's hands trembled as tears fell on the paper. The men explained that Henry had left her $2.5 million, not as charity but as a gift for changing his final days. The news spread like wildfire. Reporters came, cameras rolled, but Maya stayed humble. She didn't care about fame or fortune, she just kept working at the diner, serving people with the same warmth as always. One evening, as the sun dipped low, she looked at Henry's favorite booth, now marked with a small plaque, in memory of Henry Walker, the man who remembered kindness. She smiled softly and whispered, "You kept your promise, old friend." Then she turned to the camera, eyes glistening, and said, "If you're watching this right now, remember, one act of kindness can change a life. Maybe even save it. So never ignore someone's pain. You never know who they really are, or what they're carrying." So if this story touched your heart, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe to hear more stories that remind us what humanity truly means. Because sometimes, a single hand held in kindness can change the world.